watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So Errol Spence's trainer, DERRICK James, he did a recent interview where he compared Devin Haney to Gervonta Tank Davis. He said that Gervonta Tank Davis has a better resume than Devin Haney. He even went so far as to saying that anybody can look good against grandmothers. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and play this clip, and I want to unpack everything that he said. Check it out.
But at the same time, Michelle Rivera is not Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? And so really Tank Davis, I believe, is the top of the top.
More so than Devin?
I really never seen him fight before. I mean, I've never seen him fight before. So I think that, like I said, because and it's not that Devin Haney is not a great fighter. I just think Tank has faced better opposition. And that's really what it comes down to for me in my perspective. Because everybody's great fighting somebody's grandmother. Not saying he's fighting somebody's grandmother. I'm just saying that, I'm just saying, so that's how you can, but he's fought like, what he fought? He fought a good fighter. He fought,
He fought Kambosos, Linares, Jojo Diaz.
JoJo. So he fought great fighters also, right? But I think that Tank still has the deeper resume. But I'm not saying he's gonna win or not. I'm just saying I just think Tank's the better, more established. He's been champ for longer. He's held that space for longer. And I think he has a little bit more depth.
Okay, so that's what DERRICK James had to say about the situation. Let me start by saying this. Have any of you guys noticed that not one single black boxer or trainer has come out and voluntarily said that Gervonta and Devin Haney, they have a better resume than NOA? We always hear black boxers or trainers say, maybe Gervonta is better than Devin, maybe Devin is better than Gervonta, right? There was a time when Devin Haney and Jermell Charlo were going back and forth. I believe Devin Haney was discrediting Jermell Charlo's resume. They're cool with each other now. But my point is, it seems like whenever it comes to fighters that are not black, that old media is praising over all of these black fighters. For some reason, these type of fighters, like NOA or Canelo Alvarez, seem to always be off limits when black boxers or trainers are talking about boxing. And I'll tell you why that is. That is because a lot of black boxers and trainers, they know old media doesn't want to hear that. They know old media has no problem with you talking about another black boxer. NOA has the weakest resume on the pound-for-pound list. When Devin James used that analogy and he said anybody looks great against somebody's grandmother, that describes NOA to a T. Devin Haney just beat Kambosos to become undisputed. But it's not just him becoming undisputed. It's the fact that he beat Kambosos and who Kambosos just beat, which is Lopez. And who Lopez had just beat, which was Lomachenko. Lomachenko was the guy that they had on the pound-for-pound list. And the only reason old media removed him from their pound-for-pound list is because they found out that he was going to be fighting against Devin Haney next. It wasn't that long ago that old media was saying that Lomachenko was better than Floyd Mayweather. It wasn't that long ago that old media had Lomachenko pound-for-pound number one over the likes of Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. And this is the guy that Devin Haney is fighting against next. Paulie Malignaggi just said weeks ago that Devin Haney ain't going to fight that white boy. He said he's going to avoid him, move up to 140, vacate the belts, and avoid Lomachenko. Then when he finds out the fight is official, now he's saying he's betting $100,000 or he's willing to bet $100,000 on Lomachenko to win the fight. This is who Devin Haney is fighting against next. So this is my point. Instead of me comparing or focusing too much on comparing Devin Haney's resume to Gervonta's resume, I want to compare both Devin and Gervonta's resume to NOA's. Because old media is not only saying that NOA has a better resume than Gervonta and Haney, they're also saying he's pound for pound the best fighter over Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Gervonta Tank Davis, and Devin Haney. And that is a much bigger topic. We got to stop being afraid to put the truth out there. Black people should feel just as comfortable to discredit Inoue as they feel to discredit other black boxers. Or say one black boxer has faced better opposition than the other one. When you look at the fact that Devin Haney, he fought Kambosos and he's fighting Lomachenko next. If you compare that to Inoue, Inoue has never been in there with a Kambosos. And when I say a Kambosos, my point is, Inoue cannot say he beat this guy who just beat Teofimo Lopez or someone on that level. And he certainly can't say he's ever fought someone close to the level of a Vasyl Lomachenko. Not to mention, Devin Haney has been calling out Lomachenko for 3 years. Devin Haney was Lomachenko's mandatory. The reason why Lomachenko vacated his belt was to avoid Devin Haney. I tell you, there's a lot of boxers out there that just say they're the best because it sounds good on camera. But you have some fighters that truly believe that they're the best. They have all the confidence in the world, and that's why they want all the smoke, and that's Devin Haney. Now, when it comes to Gervonta Tank Davis, he as well has a way better resume than Inoue. It's not even close. We haven't seen Inoue get in the ring with young, fresh, explosive, powerful, undefeated fighters like Rolly Romero, aggressive, durable fighters like Isaac Cruz, who has a great defense while at the same time being aggressive. And then on top of it, Gervonta is fighting against Hector Garcia next. And then you have Mario Barrios. I know he has never faced someone at a higher weight class, a much higher weight class, way taller, undefeated, and has the amateur pedigree and the skill set that Mario Barrios has. People have to remember, Keith Thurman actually struggled against Mario Barrios, and he was naturally the bigger fighter. Imagine if Inoue had to move up in weight like Gervonta did and fought someone like a Mario Barrios. I'm telling you right now, if we're talking about styles, you put Inoue in there with Rolly Romero, Mario Barrios, Isaac Cruz, hell, even Leo Santa Cruz, and they were naturally the same weight, there's a very good chance he would lose to almost all of those guys, and even the wins that he would get against one of those guys, it would be life and death. He would not dominate any of those guys because Inoue does not have the defense. And in the sport of boxing, defense is actually more important than your offense. This is what makes Tank Davis so special, not just his explosive power, but his intelligence, his reflexes, his defense. Those punches he was slipping when he was fighting against fighters like Rolly Romero, who Davis admitted was like extremely strong. Davis said in a recent interview he had to be more cautious when he was fighting against Romero because he was really strong. He even said that during the fight. Around the 4th round, when his trainer was giving him instructions, Gervonta, he came back and he said, yeah, he's still kind of strong right now though. Meaning he was basically taking his time because he didn't want to get caught with anything stupid. And fighters like Inoue, they get caught with stupid stuff all the time. You know, something else about what Derrick James said, it once again just shows you how Black American fighters are on such a different level than all the other boxers. Because when he's talking about Devin Haney, you know, anyone looks great against a grandmother, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That means he's implying that these are easy fights for Devin Haney. And if an opponent like Lomachenko is going to be easy for him, that says more about Devin Haney and how special he is as a fighter. Because we all know, if Lomachenko was fighting anyone outside of Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, Lomachenko would be the heavy favorite to win the fight, right? The only time we hear excuses going into a fight of this magnitude, Devin Haney versus Lomachenko, is when old media feels the wrong guy is going to win this fight, which in this case would be Devin Haney. Speaking of making these fights look easy, making the wins look easy. Now, if things would have played out the way that they were supposed to play out, at least for old media's sake, you guys remember originally George Kambosos, he admitted that Lomachenko was priority all along. That was the main person that George Kambosos wanted to fight. And it didn't happen because of the war. That's the reason why Devin Haney got the fight. Devin Haney, he accepted probably one of the worst deals that even surprised Lou DiBella, who was promoting George Kambosos. Lou came out and he said, man, this shows you how bad Devin Haney really wanted this fight. And he was obviously referring to the deal that was offered to Devin Haney. So this is my point. We all know that if Lomachenko would have got that George Kambosos fight before Devin Haney did and became the real undisputed champion, we know that old media, they would have shot Lomachenko way up to the top of that pound-for-pound list, right? We know this to be the case because Lomachenko beating Kambosos would actually be a bigger win than any win that Inoue has even gotten. But the difference from Lomachenko and Devin Haney is Lomachenko, he has the complexion for the protection. We know what time it is. So it's crazy when you think about the fact that old media would have treated a Lomachenko win over Kambosos bigger than they're going to treat a Devin Haney win over Lomachenko, which tells you everything you need to know. Like I told you guys, all of a sudden, old media removes Lomachenko from the pound-for-pound list as soon as this fight gets close to being done. You hear some people already making excuses for Lomachenko, saying, oh, now he's old, etc., etc. But the irony is the fact that Lomachenko is actually younger than Floyd Mayweather when Floyd Mayweather beat Canelo Alvarez. And who did old media make excuses for in that fight? They made excuses for the young guy, Canelo Alvarez, who was coincidentally the exact same age that Devin Haney is today, 23. So if you're making excuses that Lomachenko is too old and that's why he's going to lose, now you're admitting that Canelo Alvarez really had no legitimate excuse for why he lost to Floyd Mayweather. You guys cannot have it both ways. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Deki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to lodeki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.